All right, joining us now, members of Alamogordo Tennis and their new head coach, Charles Powell, is here with us. Coach, how are you doing today?
I am doing just fine. Thank you.
Happy to have you here. Do you want to introduce the two that you brought with us here today?
Yes, today I have two of my players. I have a junior, Mackenzie Sherwood, and a sophomore, Keanu Tran.
Guys, how you doing today? Good?
Yeah, good. Tired.
Tired. Okay. Well, Coach, we first want to start off. This is your first year taking over Alamogordo Tennis. Tell us a little bit about your background, because you've been here in Alamogordo for a while, right?
Yes, I've been in Alamogordo for about 7 years now, and have been teaching out at Holloman Middle School. Have coached volleyball out there, coached track and basketball, and then assisted with the tennis the last couple of years as a volunteer, and then as the official assistant coach last year.
Okay. Any history in tennis, and just like, did you play it when you were younger, or was it just something you gotten into as you've been older now?
Yeah, it was. And I came from a very small high school, and tennis was not a sport that was offered. So it was pretty much up to me and my brothers and friends that would pick up a racket during the summertime, and we just kind of learned how to play on our own.
Okay, and you just stayed with it and stayed interested in it.
Stayed with it. Moved out here, met some people with the Alamogordo Tennis Association, and it's all kind of evolved from there.
And that group, I've always felt like the Tennis Association has been really active in supporting the high school kids as well, and really helping. And obviously we see that great facility that we have over there on Oregon, because they've done a lot of money to help get that refurbished a couple years ago.
They have, and ATA has been a great asset to me, and I plan on using them as much as I can.
Absolutely, that's the way to go. Mackenzie, you're heading into your junior year, a team that you lost your number one player from last year. She graduated, but you've got some talent returning this year. How are you feeling about your game heading into the season?
I feel pretty good. I've been playing for a while, and last year this summer actually, I went to a tennis camp up at the Air Force Academy, and I feel like that really improved my game too. And then during off season, I had a private coach, and so I've been working on that and working on the things I was a little weaker on. So I feel like I've definitely improved over the year. So hopefully the season goes better.
What age did you start? Oh, I'm sorry, Coach.
I was just going to say I can vouch for that.
Okay,
she has gotten better.
Awesome. Well, what did you start playing tennis? Because tennis is one of those sports seems like really young people get started. So when did you get started?
I actually started when I was in 7th grade. Okay. I took private lessons for a year, and then I've been on varsity for the past 4 years.
Awesome. Very cool. And junior, and you've already got 4 years of varsity, so you'll be a 5-year letterman by the time you graduate.
Yep. It's pretty awesome.
Keanu, how about you? When did you start playing tennis?
I used to go out with my dad whenever I was in 6th grade, and then it was just every once in a while, every couple of weeks. And then 8th grade, I heard that I could try out for tennis, and I was like, I really want to try it. So I went out there, and so I really started playing around 8th grade. But
okay. Yeah. Where did you, in the off season, do you feel like you've made some improvements? Feel like your game is better than it was last season?
Oh, yeah. After season last year, I went to the same camp that Mackenzie did at the Air Force Academy, and that was really fun. The coaches were really great. They helped you out a lot. And, yeah, my serving's gotten a lot better since then. So
you just feel good all around? You feel better with your game going into this season?
Yeah.
Good. And that's, Coach, to hear that, that you got your players that are going and doing things like that, going to the Air Force Academy, learning from college coaches, that shows, I got to feel like for you, that shows a lot of commitment that they want to get better and they want to, they really want to compete well this season.
It does, and I'm proud of all those players who have been doing that, and I would highly encourage all of them to continue to do that, because during the season it's just hard to work with kids one-on-one. It's more of a team coaching aspect than it is an individual. So I'm glad that they do that, because they fill in the areas that I can't really cover when I'm coaching.
Well, and it's also a limited amount of time. You figure
Correct.
You guys can start practice in the beginning of February, or were you guys going in January?
We started in November, actually.
November. Oh, okay. And
we did three days a week, and we pretty much did a lot of conditioning, which I think some kids grumbled about. But it was good, and so we got an early start, and we'll continue to play throughout the summer. I hope I can get them out during the summer and continue to play with us.
Well, and obviously there's a big team aspect to this part of year in tennis, but there's so much about tennis, that is an individual and is the dedication of these players, and I got to feel like that's something you really try to convey as a coach. Is that something that you really push on them? Is that, hey, you've really got to be dedicated yourself to get better?
Well, true. It's a funny sport because all the other sports that I've coached, it's very much team oriented. You can't do in basketball. It's not up to 1; it's up to 5. In tennis, it's a little more individualized, but there's still a team concept because the individuals have to perform in order for the team to do well. Yeah. And so it's a different concept, and we are working on that.
All right. Keanu, do you fancy yourself more as a singles player, doubles player? You like both kind of equally? What would you say?
I like singles a lot more. Like, I feel like whenever I go to doubles, like, I feel like if I'm messing up, I let my other teammate down, so it's a little bit less pressure when I play singles, but yeah, singles is a lot more fun for me.
All right. Kenzie, how about you?
I think I'm better at singles, I think. And there's also the aspect that Keanu was talking about is when you do mess up playing doubles, you kind of like, I feel like I'm letting my teammate down, but it's also, I feel like I have more fun in doubles, especially getting to like communicate with your partner and play with them. And it's definitely like, it's mixed up a lot more, so you're at the net and you're back and you're doing like a lot more, and so that's awesome, and you get to encourage each other too, which is awesome. So when you're feeling down, you've got someone to like help you lift you up.
Yeah, so there's a combination of the pressure of letting down your teammate, but when you're out there by yourself, it's all on you. So it's kind of a little bit balanced on all that. Coach, I want to make sure we mention some of the other people that you think are going to be big parts of this team. Let's start with the girls' side. We got Kenzie here, but who else are you looking to this year to be big parts of this team?
Well, we have Megan Montano, and Stephanie Marcato has been with us for quite a few years, and I'm looking for her to step up and play well for us, as well as Megan as a junior. And then we have a lot of young players. We have an 8th grader who happens to be Mackenzie's sister, and who has come out this year. And then we have some freshmen and sophomores as well that have picked up a racket, either for the first time or it's their second year. But I'm excited to have them out, and they are all excited and working hard.
How about the guys? Yeah, I know, talking to Keanu just before we got started, that a good number of guys that are coming out and playing with you are playing Alamogordo tennis this year.
We do. We have 10 to 11 guys out. It's a fairly young group. I don't know if we have, I shouldn't say I don't know, but we do have some older kids, but it's the first time they've picked up the racket. We have a couple of exchange students that are playing with us, and they've picked up the sport fantastically and will help our team a lot.
I don't know how much, first year, how much you want to play the expectations game and all that, but, and you obviously haven't gotten into a competition yet, so it's kind of hard to tell in any of that, but from what you've seen in practices, do you feel like this is a team that'll be able to compete and maybe get some singles or team spots in state tournaments come later on in the season?
I do. I believe that there are 2 to 3 kids that definitely will earn spots in state, and I do feel that our team can place well in districts. I'm shooting, my goal is 1st or 2nd, and I think those are doable. But it's, as we talked before, it's going to take a team effort, and they're all going to need to focus, and they are going to have to work hard, to get there.
Yeah. Kenzie, how about your younger sister? How's she coming along as an 8th grader? Do you think she's going to be a good tennis player? Is she already a good tennis player?
Well, she played a couple years ago for 1 year, and then she took a break for a while, and then she started to get into it this year again, and she's definitely dedicated. Like, she wants to be out there, and she wants to play, and I feel like with determination and everything, and just hard work, she can do it, because, she's doing pretty good so far, so I feel like she can do it.
That's not what I heard. I heard she was upset that the sister was coming out and playing your sport.
No, that's not true.
No, that's not true. Okay. No sibling rivalry there.
She's going to pass you up.
I will let that happen.
There you go. That's healthy competition. Look at the Williams sisters, right? That's always a good thing. Kenzie, who are you doubling with this year? Do you know?
I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
Okay. We haven't got that far.
Okay. Speaking, we do want to mention the Alamogordo Invitational because you guys have a number of home duels this season, but the Invitational is kind of fun because you get a lot of different teams and a lot of different players around. Do you know how many have committed to the tournament coming up?
We have 7 teams coming out.
Okay.
It'll be a one-day event, so it's going to be moving. And,
if there's 7 teams, that's going to be a lot.
Yes, and so we've had to adjust the format, and so I would like to encourage the community to come on out and watch, bring their children, expose them to tennis, and because I would love to start a program here in town and get people excited about tennis.
Yeah.
It's a lifelong sport.
Yeah, and that's something else. I mean, and I'll talk to you guys. I mean, this is something that I'm sure, even if high school's last time you play competitively, I got to think it's something you'd think about playing the rest of your life. Keanu, I mean, is that something you in your mind, you're like, I can play tennis, when I'm 80 years old or something like that?
Yeah. I don't know. Me and my dad's 50 years old now, and he still goes out and plays with me every once in a while. It's a lot harder for him to play now that he's working in El Paso, but whenever he does get a chance, he still plays. So I think when I'm his age, I think I'll be able to play with my kids too.
Yeah. Kenzie, I mean, are your parents tennis players as well? Or?
Yeah, that's actually the reason I got started is because my dad played when he was in high school, and then he encouraged me to do it, and then I fell in love with it. But, yeah, we still go out on weekends and play all the time, and when we go out and we visit with the ATA and everything, like, they're all playing too still, and it's just awesome how you can keep playing it no matter how old you get.
Yeah, that's great. And, again, we've got great facilities here in Alamogordo as well. Can't say that enough of the nice job they do over there at the Alamogordo tennis courts, or the Oregon tennis courts. But and you guys, the Alamogordo Tennis will start at 9 a.m. on that Saturday morning?
It will start at 9 a.m. and it probably won't finish till about 9 p.m.
Yeah.
So we will be busy that day.
And that's good. I mean, I think having that much competition early in the season, that tennis. There's a lot of sports at the high school where I mean, obviously district's going to mean a lot for you guys, but in the non-district season, it's all about getting better at that point in the year, don't you think?
It is. It's about getting better. It's about playing matches. It's about learning your strengths, learning your weaknesses, and developing those.
Yeah, and I know at least in previous years, there's competition within the team as well in terms of being the number one singles, number two singles, things like that. Is that part of this?
That is true.
Well, yeah?
Yep. We have formed a ladder and a rank system, and the players down lower are able to challenge players up above, and so the players up above have to stay on their game if they want to hold that spot. Yeah. And practices, I'm working hard to develop practices where competition is a part of it, and our team is a happy family, and that's been a battle trying to get them to really want to go out and bang on each other. They hit a shot and they'll watch. The team will or the player will just let it bounce and go out of bounds, and they'll be, oh, that's a great shot. I'm like, no, go get that ball. I want them to play hard against each other. I want them to push each other because that's what's going to make both of them better. The weaker players will learn that they can't hit shots that they'll get returned hard on, and if that makes sense. So that's the philosophy of this year. Work hard, play hard, and don't let up.
Yeah. I mean, Kenzie, is that an extra motivation knowing you have that ladder and that you got to stay on your game and also give yourself the opportunity to maybe move further up that ladder?
Yeah, definitely. Last year I was in the fifth on the ladder, and so hopefully I'm planning on. Well, I want to move up further, and we're not sure what the ladder is yet, but hopefully that's the case.
Keanu, I mean, how about you? I mean, is that extra motivation for you?
Yeah, last year I was playing kind of low on the ladder, and then we lost two of our seniors last year. So this year, everyone's going to be moving up at least a little bit, and so you really have to step up your game to keep going, pace yourself with the other players. Yeah,
and there's something to be said about being the number one because you're going to go probably against the best on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you guys would like to do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I need to thank ATA again for that because we have volunteers that come in, some good tennis players that are coming in and hitting with Keanu and Mackenzie and Melanie, and I can't thank them enough because as a coach I can't hit with all of them all the time, and in fact I have very little time to hit with them, so it's been a great asset having ATA in our back pocket.
Absolutely. Well, we certainly look forward to seeing what the season looks like. Again, the first home competition is coming up on the 25th, the Alamogordo Invitational, and lots of duels before that, or going into March, and of course district. A bit of a change with Santa Teresa, Chaparral, and Deming, and Santa Teresa pretty good on the tennis side from
yes,
what I
they
understand.
are. That's what I understand too.
Okay, so we'll obviously get a taste of that when that rolls around at the end of the season. Keanu, Mackenzie, best of luck this season. Good luck and have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Coach, appreciate your time today.
Thank
Thanks so
you.
much.